Hello, everyone. Very exciting day.
Oh, hello, everyone.
Hey, hey, it's Last of Us Day. Don't make fun of me. We
I'm
we got
not
a lot
making
to
fun of
talk
you.
about here
This
today.
this is a very amazing occasion.
The Last of Us has started on HBO finally.
Yes,
It's so good.
it is really good.
Well,
Slay.
as
That's what I
as
think.
as a newbie to the video games,
Mhm.
Sam, why don't you tell me what you thought of it
What?
first?
First of all, why are you calling me a newbie to this? I played this game a really long time ago. I don't think that counts as newbie, but okay, anywho. It actually made me want to play the game again.
I was thinking the same thing.
Because I was like, oh, I forgot like how much I loved this. And I'm curious to see what little things are different because I don't really remember. It's been so long since I played.
See, the thing about this is it doesn't make me feel all depressed like playing the game does.
Well, it's the first episode. I'm sure by the end,
No, I
like,
play the first fucking 2 hours of the game, and I'm like, fuck, this is depressing.
okay, but like, it's a little depressing. It's different when it's a show than when it's a game, I feel like, because you're like playing as the people, but like you're just watching when it's a show.
I the scene. We're just gonna do full spoilers. The
Yeah.
scene where Joel is holding Sarah made me
I
cry
was like,
harder here than it did in the
wow.
game.
Yes. I agree with you.
And well, I guess we should start from the beginning because there's so much
Yeah, let's have
more.
some.
There's so much more context to everything.
Yes, they do. They give you a lot of context, actually. I like the little part in the beginning that's like, this is the fungal thing that
Yeah,
could literally kill humans, like
and they're
as
like,
a
no, we're
species.
screwed.
Like, let's
There's
talk about
no
it.
cure.
Yeah, there's like nothing we can do about it. So,
He's like,
like,
we
that's
will
great.
lose, we will die.
Yeah, I was like, Slay, love that.
And then it's so the infection starts in 2003 now.
Yes, which I really enjoyed that they did that
It made
because
it
I
feel
feel
a
like it's
little
more
too timely.
applicable. Well, I think that's the point. Like it's more applicable to
And
today.
it really it does really feel like 2003 because they're like they're you hear on the radio when they're having breakfast about how it's spreading to like where was it? What
I don't
country?
remember.
It's just some
I don't
country.
remember.
And then they're like, how far away is that? And then the
Mm.
first thing they ask is it terrorists?
Yes, yeah.
Which
She asked that
really,
in the truck too,
yeah, she
I
was like,
think.
is it
Yeah.
terrorists?
Yeah.
And you see a lot of planes.
Yes. We love that 9/11 vibe.
And there's a picture of
2003.
George Bush in the classroom.
Mhm.
Speaking of the classroom, I want to
Yes.
take a minute in the classroom because she's in school.
Mhm.
And first I have to flash forward a little bit. So there's the sign after in the 20 after the 20 years that have passed that talks about the symptoms.
Mhm.
And one of them
Yes.
is uncontrollable twitching. And then in the classroom, you see that one kid twitch and the light is reflecting off their bracelet,
Yes.
implying that it had
You
already made it to the school.
Oh, interesting. I didn't really consider that
I didn't
making it to the
either,
school.
but
I kind of just thought, oh, this is a kid.
it's
Mm.
pointed out on the sign that a nervous like twitch, like an uncontrollable twitch that you don't recognize is one of them.
Mm. I see what you're saying, but I also think it might just be a kid in school not wanting to be there, or maybe they have, some kind of neurodivergency. You never know, but that could be it too.
I don't know. I think it's all done deliberately. Otherwise, the kid wouldn't be
Probably.
doing it.
I think kids are
I,
just
I don't.
annoying, but
I don't think you would
I
write
agree with you. That is,
that and show it to
yeah.
not have
I
you
mean, I
think
don't
back and
know.
be like, oh.
Yeah.
Um, and then when she visits the old lady for the first time.
Yes, and that bitch is like all whack out, and while she's standing there.
No, no, before then, when she just goes there because she was after she went to get the watch fixed.
Yeah, when she goes there after to make cookies or whatever, and she's looking at the
Yeah,
movies,
yeah,
like she's all whacked out behind her.
yeah. She's already sick.
Yeah.
One of the things that I thought was cool was you spent a lot of time with Sarah because I feel like you either had to really do what they did or really sell
Mhm.
her in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, they don't really spend time on her the game, but I like what they did with the show because I like that you could see her go into the city and like get the watch fix. You saw her after school, and
But the
it made you
entire
feel like a little bit
time,
more attached.
because things were happening so differently, the entire time we're spending with Sarah, I'm like, when is she gonna die?
I know, and I wonder if it's different for people who don't know like
Oh, for
what was
sure.
going to happen, like if it just felt like normal to them. And then like when she's in the watch shop and they're like you need to go home, it's a little weird in that moment and that's it, and it's not like weird the whole time and you're like anticipating her like dying and everything going to shit.
I would imagine you would think the show, if you're just a normie, you don't pay attention to anything, and you're just like, oh, hey, this
Mm,
show, I would
yeah.
imagine you would think the show is about her and Joel.
Yeah, for sure.
And they really had
I
to
think that's the point.
and they really had to play to like television instead of games where like people stop and look around in games. You can't really do that in a show. So you really had to
Mm-hmm.
put more effort into her as a person and the things she does day to day before you killed
Yeah,
her. Otherwise, it would have been like nothing.
you have to kind of do that and establish her relationship with her dad too, because
Yeah, you
that
really had to
man was
sell that.
ruthless. Because that man was like, no, don't stop for anybody. Like when they drove past the family and Tommy was like, they have a kid. And he was like, I don't give a fuck. We have one too.
I kind of want
Like,
to
I feel like
spend
that wouldn't really.
I want to
Hmm?
spend more time on that later. I think I want
Oh,
to
yeah. I was just
I really want to
bouncing back.
well like you also get the sense that he's an awkward broken person like from the
Mm-hmm.
jump.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just kind of like whatever about everything. He oversleeps. He works
Yeah.
he works a double
He
shift
works late.
because he can't get the jobs done,
Yeah.
and he doesn't want to split money with people. He's just kind of cheap, and he's kind of like bleh, but he cares about his daughter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he's like constantly disappointing her, and she's taking care of him. Like you never really got the sense that she took care of Joel in the game because you didn't really know her. I don't know if it's necessarily a
Mm-hmm.
fair comparison to compare these two Sarahs because you spent so much time with this one. But you get the sense she holds him together more than he parents her.
Yeah. I mean, I agree with that. It was literally his birthday, and he's like, I don't care. Like, and she's like, but dude, like, come on.
But also like I believe in the game she's like 9 or 10. This bitch was
I
not
think she's a
nine or
little older
10.
here.
Yeah, this I
I
was
think,
gonna say this
yeah,
bitch ain't 9 or 10.
she's definitely like
She's like
12,
a
13,
she's
14.
like a little girl in the game.
I wonder, like, how I'm gonna look it up.
But I don't know if it's fair to really compare these two. But just like the little like
Oh,
every
she's 12.
time. Oh, she doesn't look 12 in that game.
I know.
But like every like scene, every new environment she entered before she died, I was like, is this when it's gonna happen? Are they changing it? Is
Hmm.
this when Joel's gonna pull up and be like, get in, we gotta go, and then she dies?
I know, I know. And then it's crazy.
And then when she come and then when everything the weirdest part, and I was like, where the hell is this going? Is when she had fallen asleep, and we never really knew
Mhm.
why Joel went out after he was home with her for the night. They never really
No, he
explained that
went
in
to
the
pick up
game.
Tommy.
No, they don't explain it in the game.
Oh yeah.
And he leaves his phone at
I'm
home.
sorry. I thought you were talking about the show. Yeah.
And in the game, they give the context of he got arrested, but he got arrested fighting one of the fungal things.
Yeah. In the show, you mean?
Yeah, he got arrested fighting somebody who
Yeah.
was uncontrollably like raging at people.
Yeah.
So he was essentially already fighting them and got arrested because nobody knew what was happening. So it was just thought it was some whacked out dude.
Yeah.
And
It was
then,
nice context.
oh, for sure, everything here, like everything they do is like so much like nice context.
Hmm.
But the scene where so she wakes up and you know how in the game you just explore the house and then he comes in and he shoots the neighbor.
Yeah.
Here where she has to literally where she goes next door to the old people
I know. Yeah, because of the dog.
and you see, which is a so much better way to do it, see the
Yeah.
fungus in the mouth move.
I don't know if that was fungus in her mouth or if it was the lady's hair because she was eating her head.
No, it was the spore because it moves.
I
It like
just assumed that
moves.
it was a mouth full of scalp. Okay.
No, it
Well, maybe.
moves. They're little like tendrils.
Ew. Okay. I didn't pick up on that. My
It
bad.
it hold on, I'll find it. But it's
It's
like
okay. I'll look later.
they're like little tendrils, and it's really scary.
Well, I just assumed it was the hair, but that makes more sense, I suppose. Either way, it was nasty as fuck. Especially with like her just hanging out with the neighbors like earlier that morning. I was like, oh damn. Oh, you're really trying to find it, huh?
I'm gonna find it. So keep talking.
Well, you were on a roll here. I don't really want to interrupt your vibe there.
No, keep
Why don't
talking.
I
I'm
look
looking
for
for
it?
it. I already got it. I'm on the scene.
Okay.
So keep
Okay.
talking.
Oh, okay. What's the consensus here?
I'm still trying to get it. I'm in the
Okay.
she's in there. It's all blood.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, it moves. It moves.
That just looks like hair. Can you send me a picture? Can you like send me a screenshot because like we're literally on Zoom and I cannot see it. Ew, that's
Here you
nasty.
go.
I can't see that, home dog. I'm so sorry. Like I that's nasty.
It moves.
Yeah, I can't really see it. But that's okay. I believe you.
I can't send you a screenshot. It's HBO Max.
It's fine. I believe you. I'm glad we figured that out.
But like,
Because that's nasty.
I think it's such a better way to show them. But also, someone pointed out
I agree.
there's a clicker in the last scene when it pans up to the building. Someone pointed out there's a clicker
Oh
there.
yeah. Yeah.
It's
Pretty crazy.
there's so much like little things in here that I just kind of love.
Yeah. It's very cool beans. They did a really great job.
But so then she dies, and the scene just
Which is
it kind of
Hmm?
fucking just hits.
Yeah, well, I want to talk about the part up to that point because it's like
Yeah,
a shot for shot thing. It's insane.
the second it started shot for shot when they were in the car,
Mm-hmm.
I smiled because I was like, "Oh, we're doing it.
Yeah.
We're doing it."
Yeah. It's for real. Oh my god,
I
we're doing it.
I really thought it was gonna be the end of the episode. I thought Sarah would
Honestly, I'm really
die.
glad it wasn't.
I
Yeah.
thought Sarah would die and that would be it. I didn't realize because I checked after. I was halfway through it.
Mhm.
And then we spent
Yeah.
half the time in the after the 20-year jump.
Yeah. I actually really appreciated that because I think it ended at a perfect point.
Oh yeah.
Because
And
it feels like a place you would stop when you're playing.
see, I heard this was 2 episodes and they cut it
Mm.
into one, which would make sense because there's kind of a
Hmm.
clear endpoint with the 20-year jump where if you had ended the episode
Yeah.
where Sarah dies and you just waited a week, people be like, oh, it's gonna
Hmm.
happen. So it's not about her.
Yeah.
And then
I
the
like
next
that
episode could have
they
started with the 20 years later fade in.
yeah. Yeah.
But I'm glad they didn't do it that way
I,
because like you said, it feels like when you play and you would play all the way up to when they're about to hit the skyscraper and they'd be like, I'm done, I don't feel like doing this.
yeah. Because the way they end it is where they find out that she got bit. And it's like one of those things where you're like, what the fuck? And then you're like, I'm gonna stop because I need a minute with that. And like that was a lot to process.
I feel like they didn't treat it as big enough of a thing as they should have. They really threw it in there at the end.
They did. Yes.
Because
I'm kind of hoping.
they didn't even advertise that she was bit up until that point. Like so as a viewer, you didn't know. And
Mhm.
then
Well,
all of
that's
a
the point.
sudden, well, all of it, yeah, and well, I'm trying to get my thought out. Like as a
Yeah,
viewer,
get your
so
thought out.
they don't reveal it, and then all of a sudden they're like, Joel, she's bit after she's scanned, and she's like trying to explain it, and then she's like, we gotta go, guys, come on, and they just kind of went with it
Hmm.
instead of just being like, fuck you, bang.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? I get you don't have a story if you do it that way, but judging by what we learned about them before they met Ellie, absolutely he would have shot her in the head and walked away.
Hmm. Yeah. No, I agree with you. I think for the show's purpose, um, I don't know that it was kind. I agree that it was kind of thrown in, but I think for the show's purpose, like they didn't want to lead on that was what was going on with her because I think a lot of people already know, but for people who don't, I think it's one of those things that's like, oh fuck, what? Like she's bit, but they do kind of throw it in at
Yeah,
the
I'm
end.
not.
And
I'm not. I'm not
I'm
saying the
hoping
way
that the
they
next.
kept it a secret was a problem. The problem was the way they revealed it.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you, is what I'm saying. And I'm hoping that next week they start off with that. You
It
know what I
probably
mean? Instead
starts
of
off
just leaving it.
with that trailer clip where she's like, if she even twitches, fucking shoot her. And then
Yeah,
she
probably.
does the clicker noises.
I just hope they address it more at the beginning.
What did you think of Pedro Pascal as Joel?
I thought he was fantastic. I thought he was really good. What got me was the scene with Sarah. I was like, oh fuck. All right. He's
Yeah,
great.
that's really hard to
And
nail.
the little part in Boston, there's a scene in Boston where like someone went up to him and he was like, if you tell me to look for the light, I'll break your jaw. Like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, oh, that's perfect. That's so him.
For me, it was that, and when, what really I was like, oh, this is Joel, is when he bashes the neighbor after the neighbor
Oh
runs
yeah.
at
And
them.
she's just like, what the fuck, Dad?
Yeah, and I've never really like considered. So Sarah dies here, but I've never really considered how she feels about her dad in her final moments because we never really saw them that much.
Yeah.
Her seeing him be like, "Nah, keep going. Someone else will
Hmm.
come."
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the added stuff of bashing the neighbor's head in front of her. Like,
Yeah. I mean, honestly, sorry, go ahead.
oh no, that was kind of it.
Sorry, I feel like I keep interrupting you. I feel like those little moments kind of if you pay attention to those little moments with Joel where he's like that, it makes sense what happens at the end. If you play, like when you play the game, if you're considering what happens at the end, instead of thinking about it of like, oh, this is a happy father-daughter story, and like considering game 2, and you look at the way Joel acts, it makes a lot of sense. And it's like, oh, that's fucked up. But
My
okay.
I think what really did that for me though was the end of the episode when,
Mm-hmm.
and I think they visualized it much better by having
Yes.
him. So they show the seeds of it with him. Every time he goes to sleep, he hears Tommy and Sarah screaming from the death.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And then the point where he finally snaps and kills the dude because it's like literally a recreation of his daughter being killed.
Yeah.
Like, I think that really foreshadows the end. And I don't really want to talk about the end here specifically
Yeah.
because just in case
Yeah.
people haven't seen it,
Yeah.
but it really does foreshadow that decision.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And I think if, sure, I'm sure they have a plan for what they're going to do and
Mm-hmm.
how they're going to get to the
Mm-hmm.
second game. But
Mm-hmm.
even if it ends after one season, if they nail the ending, it's perfect.
Yeah.
If
I
they
agree
nailed
with
the
you.
beginning, if they nail the end, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
But and then we got within the 20 years, so within the Ellie section, I really liked the line where
Yeah.
she was like, "Your watch is broken."
I know.
I also feel like it's implying that he's a broken person.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, that would make sense if you look at it that way.
And the radio thing that's new about Bill with the 70s music
Mm-hmm.
is he's got nothing. 80s he's got something. And no, what was it? 60s is nothing, 70s is something, 80s is danger. And then the
Yeah,
end
the
of the
way that she
episode,
figures that out is so funny.
well, that's
Yeah,
Ellie. That's Ellie.
I know. I know. It's perfect. She's perfect.
The When the radio goes off at the end and it's 80s music,
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if, and it's probably not, it's probably too on the note, too like obvious that it's Bill has died.
Hmm.
Not Bill, yeah, his partner. What's Bill's partner's
Hmm.
name? I forgot.
I don't remember. I haven't played
I
in a
wonder
really
if
long
it's
time.
that his partner has died.
Maybe.
But he's in the previews because he's in the show.
Yeah.
So I wonder if it's that where it's supposed to be like, oh, they're walking into danger, her, you know, like we got it.
I think it's supposed to be both. I
I
think
think,
it's supposed to be
yeah, maybe it's meant to be both.
both.
Because if I know Neil Druckmann and his writing, I know he
Slay.
wants to throw the subtext on me. Be like,
Mm-hmm.
look how smart I am.
Look how smart I am.
Um, I'm very excited to see them do the rest of this.
Me too. I'm so excited. Ugh. I'm like,
They
they're perfect.
The only person that I didn't think nailed was Tess.
I was gonna say Tess, yeah, but that's
Marlene is
okay.
perfect because it's literally the
It's
same actress. It's
literally
literally her.
her.
It's literally her. It
It's
looks
just
like they
her.
took her out of the video
They
game.
said, but we
Down to
like you so much, we're just gonna pluck you right out.
down to the fit. Could you see? I saw that and I looked that up and I thought,
Mm-hmm.
what if they made Troy Baker a live action Joel?
That would just simply not work
Oh no,
at
it
all.
wouldn't. But I was
Sorry.
like, what if they had done
It would
that?
be like, that would be awkward.
Well, just wait because Troy's in it.
Can't wait.
He's in it. He's one of one of your favorite boys is men.
What?
He's what's his name? Forget his name. The one who kidnaps Ellie.
Oh, Isn't the kid the one with the kid? Or
No, no, no. Remember after what happens to Joel and she's in the woods
no,
with the deer?
I don't remember like half of this game. I'm sorry. I haven't played it in a
The
really long
cannibal.
time. Yeah, I just don't
The
remember
cannibal
his
dude.
name.
I forget his name
Yeah.
too. But it's so creepy. He's one of his boys.
Ew, okay, that's great.
He's one of the cannibals. Troy gets to be a cannibal.
He gets to be a cannibal. Wow.
And I guess we're gonna see stuff about Ellie's mom. Ashley Johnson, who was Ellie in the game, is Ellie's mom.
Is she actually Ellie's mom? Is that like confirmed? Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely. Or is that still
she's in
your
the
theory?
trailer. She's in the trailer.
Is she in the trailer as Ellie's mom?
She's in the trailer holding the baby,
Okay.
and it was confirmed, I think.
Oh,
She's
that's what
in
I'm asking. Like, I know that was everyone's theory, but is
she's
that
in
for
the trailer.
reals or?
I think it's confirmed, but she's in the trailer holding a baby, and
Okay.
she's crying about giving birth. She's literally
Slay, as she should.
actually the baby's already born, but like she's holding the baby, staring at it, crying.
Yeah, I think she gave. I
I
think
think
you're right. I think
I
it's when
think it's
she
Ellie's
like gave
mom,
birth.
but
Well,
I wonder if they'll
that's
get
cool
into why
beans.
Ellie is immune. I wonder
They don't ever
if they're gonna
say,
do
do
that here.
they?
No, I wonder if they'll get into that here.
I kind of hope they don't because I kind of like not knowing. I think it's just
It's not really
implied that
something I
like
thought about.
honestly, I wonder if they'll go like the route of like because she was born after it happened that like humans are adapting to it in that kind of sense. If
See,
they go that like
I
sciencey way,
I thought that, and
but
I
that takes a long time.
well, the thing is, I thought that, but then immediately, and you literally hear it in the episode. Joel's in his apartment, and you hear a baby cry when he's talking to Tess after she comes back with a black eye.
Hmm.
You hear a baby
Hmm.
crying, and I'm like, so does that mean that baby would be immune too, if that's the theory, or if that's like, if there's a
No, I
reply?
mean it's not like an everybody thing. Like
Yeah,
that's not like evolution takes a really long time and it might work for one person, but that doesn't mean it works for everybody, if that makes sense. Like there could be 1,000 babies born and only one of them could be like that.
true.
So I don't know. I kind of hope they just leave it because I like not knowing, but I don't
I
know.
hope they don't do like part three here before they make it a game. You know what I mean? Because TV shows can
I
happen
don't know
quicker.
if they will. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they will because
But like, yeah, we haven't even
that
gotten
would
to
probably be like that would
part of,
probably be like what, season 4, maybe 5.
I would say I would argue you can get through the part two in one season if you can get through the first game in one season.
Well,
Because the
yeah,
second
but
game
I'm
is
saying
three
like
days
if they're yeah, but if they're doing everything in between for a second season
then
and
it'll be
then they
season three
do season 3 is game 2, then the third game, if there is one, would be 4,
or five.
so on and so forth, depending on what they decide to do with
There's such a time jump in
game
two
2
though.
because
At the end of
yeah,
two, the
that's the time.
epilogue,
Oh yeah. Maybe they'll make
you would
that a
have
whole thing. I don't know.
that would you would have to. I think you would have to end the show. That
I don't
feels
know.
that see that ending feels like a balls to the wall. We're ending the show because she goes to like another fucking country.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of want to play the games again because I feel uneducated now, but I also like not remembering what
I'm
happens.
so glad I have the PS5 version of part one
I love that for you.
because it looks so much better.
I have the PS4 version, the
Part
poor
of me,
man's version.
part of me has no desire to replay it though because I'm just those games beat you down so hard.
They really are like a soul sucker. They really depress you so bad.
Yeah,
But
that's why I don't
the
want to play them.
I'm kind of it seems like the show is a little nicer in that way where it doesn't make you feel like
Th-
major depressed after you watch an
See,
episode, but we'll see.
I think the show's nicer because you don't have to actually commit the acts.
Yes, that's what I was saying earlier. Like you in the game, you're playing the person, whereas like here you're just watching it, so it's a little different. You're watching other people do things rather than acting them out for them.
Because regardless, when you play a game, especially a game like that, you're very like you're trying to think about what the character would do, so that way you do what he would do.
Mm,
Even if you're subconsciously thinking that, you're doing the things that you think he would do, or to get to the
yeah.
goal. In this, you're just kind of
Mhm.
hoping they make it to the goal.
Yeah, because you're not in control.
Yeah. So I think that's why I think it'll be nicer. I think it'll be nicer on the brain.
I think so too. Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I thought this was really solid for the
Al-
first episode. So
Also, I want to point out that scene where Ellie gets outside the first time and she's like, "Holy shit, I'm outside!" And then they're like, "You need to get the fuck
I
down."
know. Literally, shut up. Yeah,
As the
she's so
spotlight
funny.
almost hits her.
Oh, I know. I like that you get to see a clicker, kind of. Not
I
really.
didn't notice it.
In that one part with Tess on the wall. No, on the
Oh,
wall.
that thing. Oh, the
The one
dead
that's
one.
like attached to the wall. Yeah, I'm glad that you got to see one, even though
So
it wasn't like,
you want to know what I found
you know,
out? That's really fucked up. I found this out today.
what?
So
What?
you know you know how when you're playing the game and like all like the zombies are standing there just with their heads down,
Mm-hmm.
they're crying because they're not dead. Because part of their brain is still
Oh,
functioning.
ew, that's horrible. I don't like
And
that.
then when they go against the wall, they're literally going to sit to die.
Sled. Okay. Love that.
Isn't that
That's
fucking
great.
terrible?
That's awful. I wish I didn't know that. I wish I could retract that information from my brain.
See, now you won't go replay the game.
No, but it like I don't know. It kind of made me want to go back because I literally only played it once because I couldn't convince myself to do it again.
I would love to
But
watch
now
you play
that
that.
would you? I would stream it
I would
straight
absolutely
up.
love to watch you play The Last of Us.
Word. Okay.
I would love to watch you play
I can make
part
that
two.
happen.
Because I feel like part
Part
two
two
is
was
way
very
because it's so much more violent.
hmm?
It's so much more
That's
violent.
what I was gonna say. It's so much more violent, and it was a lot to stomach. It took me a really long time to finish part two in comparison to the first game because it was just like,
It
okay, I'm only
it
gonna
took
do an hour at a time.
it took me 2 years to go back and play it again. Like I
Mm.
literally never picked it up
I don't
again.
know if I would. I don't know if I would play the second one again, TBH, but
Like
we'll see.
I beat the part two in 3 days after it came out.
Mm.
You know how
How
depressed I
depressed were
was?
you after that?
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
like
So I was having a family cookout that day, and it was a Sunday, and I beat it in the middle of the day.
mm,
And I remember sitting there watching Ellie at the beach by herself, and then
mm.
having to walk upstairs and socialize with people. And I just couldn't.
Yeah,
I just
no, that
couldn't do
was
it.
yeah. I simply would not leave my room for a week if that was me.
Oh my god, I
Three
was
days?
I beat it in 3 days. I
That's
desperately wanted to
insane.
get through the other players section of that game because I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
see how that fight went between them at the
Yes.
theater.
Mm-hmm.
So I like plowed through her second or 3 days.
That's valid.
Oh, what a show.
What a show. What a game as well.
You're feeling lost.
You tell me to look for the light and I'll break your jaw.